Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Neo coming to you from my reality TV, life from my point of view, and welcome to my slider video. I have finally gotten my sliders, my All-Madden sliders, to a point where I'm very comfortable with them. And this video will actually be for not just the All-Madden sliders, but for the All-Pro sliders. So in this video, I will discuss varying things as to what I go for, what my aim is, and what my goal is when I make the sliders, as far as any other information. So in the video, I'm actually on defense. So you're seeing it from the defensive perspective. It's giving you a glimpse into the coverage for the defense, which was a very important aspect to me with the sliders this year, because the coverage is just suspect, to say the least. And what I want to do with this video is I want to have this just be the primary video for my sliders. I'll make other ones, but I will put them under my slider insights or other Madden videos, but this will be the primary video for my slider set. I will make all the updates inside of the description, so the description will contain the updates. Once I finish with the All Pro, I will add them in here also. So as of right now, the description will have the All-Madden slider set and the All-Pro hopefully by Saturday, or I should say by the end of this weekend, in the next few days. So by the time some of you watch this, it may have both on there. And the reason I want to do that is this way everybody can just come back to one centralized location to get the numbers and get the figures for the sliders, be it if you're on Xbox, PlayStation, however you're choosing to play. Okay, so let's get to it. One of the main things I try to do when I make the sliders is create balance. Anyone that knows me knows that balance is extremely important to me in every aspect of life, and sliders are no different. So I try to make them balanced. Last year, all I did was All Pro. Everything I focused on was All Pro. And I started to do All Madden sliders. I started to try to work on some later in the cycle, but by that point in time, it was too late and I just couldn't commit to it totally. But I said this time around, I'm going to start with All Madden and then work my way to All Pro. So there's two ways to look at this for the slider sets. All Madden tends to be a little overpowered and sometimes even feel like it's cheating you, whereas All Pro gives you the best gameplay but not the most difficulty. So the key is to try to get a balance in each of those two arenas, right? So you try to eliminate the cheating aspect of All Madden while still maintaining good gameplay and making the gameplay better. And then you want to maintain all the good gameplay in All Pro while increasing the difficulty. So I'm still working on the All Pro side, but the All Madden side, I think I've gotten the balance. The key to a lot of it is to eliminate animations, how they're triggered, and a lot of those types of things. It takes a ton of just eye test and really just opinion. A lot of this stuff is just opinion based. Like my sliders may not be what somebody else's sliders may be. And, and before I even go any further, big shout out to everybody else that does sliders, like Matt 10 and a couple other guys. They have really good sliders. They have great input. I've gotten a few ideas from them, a few things that I've tested, a few things that I've tweaked, added, kind of made them my own. And the thing is, like with the sliders, it's very opinion based, right? So what I see and what I think may not be what somebody else feels, may not be what somebody else thinks. So it's just about getting it to the point where I feel comfortable. And a lot of times I'll get it to a point and then I'll get feedback from you guys, because I don't look at every single thing. There's some things that I pay closer attention to than others, whereas there may be particular things that somebody else may pay attention to. Like for instance, last year, somebody put me on, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but somebody put me on to field goals. So that was actually something that I went into this year focused on to try to work on to make it a little bit more difficult to make field goals. I didn't want them to just you just line up and they'd just be easy kicks all the time. So needless to say, I'm saying all of that to say this is how I come up with the sliders. That's the goal. This is the means behind why I do it, why I make it. I want to make the gameplay fun for everybody, not just myself, but everybody out there, to give us a good gaming experience so that we can enjoy the game when we pick it up and play it and we're not frustrated. So the keys, I had 3 major points coming into Madden 20. I got the game a week later than everybody else. So I was able to gather some feedback. I was able to gather some intel from Twitter and from other means and from just people that I know that were just giving me feedback about the game. 3 major points of concern were coverage, fumbles, and ball carriers. All right. So coverage has been the biggest headache, but I think I have managed to get it where it needs to be. You can look at this video and you can see that the guys are playing pretty tight coverage. I actually even also have a video of where I was using the Titans and I was playing against the Chiefs on my channel. And it's the full entire second half of that game where you can see me playing against the CPU in a real live game on All-Madden, and you get a sense for how it's playing and what the sliders are doing and things like that. So I won't get too deep into coverage because I'll be doing a lot of insight videos which will express coverage a little bit. I wanted to talk about the ball carriers and the fumbles. Now, the thing with the ball carriers was that the ball carriers weren't making moves the way they needed to, and fumbles, I guess they were a bit high. Like, I didn't notice it, but somebody else put me on to the fumble thing. So those are a couple of things that I looked at right away. So as soon as I got mad, and I started working on those things. And one thing I found out when it came to the ball carriers was that when the fumbles are low, the ball carriers tend to cover the ball as opposed to trying to make a move. And, they cover it so they don't risk taking a big hit and fumble, because you set the fumbles low, they're more prone to fumble. So the computer kind of reacts that way. So I set it higher. So some people may question it as to why it's so high. But when you see that the running backs are making moves, they're making cuts, not just the running backs, but any ball carriers, then you'll understand why. You'll understand that it's higher, but they will still fumble. They will still fumble the ball, but it's going to take the right hits. It's going to take the right situations and the right scenarios, which is how the slider should work. The slider should work to eliminate a lot of the nonsense that happens and let the game itself play out in the scenarios and in the ways that it should. The same thing, like I said, with coverage. One of the things that I had to do, which I kind of was working on and I'm still trying to work on and figure out, I went in the last couple games, and what I did was I lowered the defensive pass interference down to like 5. Before I had it higher because you never saw pass interference unless you raised it to about at least somewhere between 65 to 80. And then you started to see pass interference getting called and things like that. So what I did was I lowered it, and I feel like with it being lower, it made the coverage tighter. Now, I could just be imagining that. It could just be my eyes playing tricks on me. But I do feel like the coverage has been tighter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test it some more just to see how it kind of plays with everything. So all in all, those are the key points of the things that I worked on with the slider set. And again, my slider sets are made to try to bring a nice balance to the game. I don't want the game to be easy. I don't want the game to be hard. You shouldn't feel cheated. You shouldn't feel like the computer is doing things to get an unfair advantage on you. And those are the kind of things that I try to eliminate with the sliders. And then on the flip side, when you're playing on All Pro, you don't want to just steamroll the computer. Like, that's no fun either. Not to me, at least. Maybe to some people, but that's not fun to me. I want a nice competitive game when I play. I like to feel challenged. I like us just to have some competition. And that's why I work on the sliders. And again, I do these for all of us, for everybody, for anybody that's a Madden fan and that enjoys playing the game. So here they are. Here are my sliders. This is going to be where they're at. They will be in the description, so you can look in the description. You can get all the information. To those on Xbox Live, excuse me, you can look under my gamer tag. I'm Mr. Allen. Same name as here on YouTube, and you can find them there. I also have them on my blog posts. I post them a lot on Twitter and Facebook and every other thing, even Instagram. So you can always find the slider sets. But again, I will be coming here to do all the updates. So you can just keep coming back to this particular video, and this video will have the updates. Now, if you want a previous version of the sliders, just let me know, and they're on my blog site, so you can get to there from my profile. You go on my profile, and then you can just check, and it's on My Reality TV, and you can get directly to my blog site. You can get each individual one that I update when I make a change, because I'll try to keep them posted so that if there was one particular set that you liked over another, you can just go back and get the old one. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just trying to make it a little easier for everybody. Also, like I said, stay on the lookout for the Madden slider insights, where I will break down varying sliders, what they do, how I think they react, and how they affect the game, and with the sliders that I have set forth. I thank everybody for all your support from last year. Any support I get this year, please provide me any feedback, anything you see, any concerns you have, any things that you feel maybe I need to work on or I need to tweak, and I will be sure to listen. I try to respond to each and every comment that I get, and all the feedback that I get, I do take into consideration, and I do try to make adjustments for everybody. So please just keep all of that coming, keep all that feedback coming, and I hope everybody enjoys the gaming. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Truly appreciate it. Click like, click dislike, if you however you choose to do it. It's fine. I have no problem. I can handle the criticism, but just know I'm here for all of us. I'm here for the community. I'm here to make the game be a better game for everybody, all the way across the board. So again, you have any questions, you have any concerns, you have any feedback, you have any suggestions, whatever, let me know. Holla at me in the comments, personal messages, anything you need to do. It's your boy Neo, My Reality TV, signing off. And again, thank you all for your continued support and everything with the sliders and coming to me for sliders. So that's it. I'm out. Peace.